the 60th pick in the 2014 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Jeremy Brown from Oklahoma State.
Nah, this guy? Man, he's terrible.
Good night, everyone, and thanks for coming.
There's my guy.
Your guy? Your guy? Your guy was told by his agent that he was going to be a late first round, maybe second round draft pick. Your guy's supposed to be in New York with the rest of those chumps. Your guy's about to blow his freaking lid because his dream of being in the NBA is still just a dream.
Hey, chill, man. I know this isn't how we wanted it to go down. Believe me. Like I told you, you're my last best hope at the agency. If you wash out, I wash out with you. But I was thinking, maybe this was the best thing that could have happened to you.
How you figure that, genius?
Better to go undrafted and have a choice than to be picked late by a stacked playoff team where your chances of making the team are about as high as my chances of dating a supermodel, which, despite my contagious charm, are pretty freaking slim.
So what's the move, man?
This just affects our timing, okay? You just gotta keep working hard and be ready. Injuries, overhyped draft picks. Sooner or later, players are gonna wash out and they are going to call you. You hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Good. Remember, Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team and made fools pay for it the rest of his career. Use the draft day slight as motivation. A chip on your shoulder at the beginning of a long journey. And like every journey, this one begins with a single step. So your first step is to keep working hard. And we'll find you a home before you know it.
All right, man. I'm believing in you, bro. Make it happen. Undrafted? Basketball's been my life since day one. What am I gonna do now? This can't be the end. Is my dream really dead?
Okay. I know you've been staying in shape, working hard on your game, waiting for your shot.
Yeah, so when's that gonna be? Because you told me not getting picked was a good thing.
It was. It was. This is America. Freedom of choice and all that good stuff. And that is why I'm here. Now is the time. Teams are able to offer 10-day contracts at this point, and I've been on the phone nonstop. There's some definite interest in you.
What's that mean? I get to pick where I want to go?
Whoa. It's not that easy, my friend. But there are several teams willing to give you a little tryout, see if it makes sense for them to sign you.
Listen, man. First of all, you're not my friend. You're my agent. And second, where's the list? Because I'm ready to play.
Keep in mind that these teams have varying levels of interest. If you want the 10-day deal, you're going to have to work a lot harder to impress some of these teams than others.
Man, I don't care about that. Where's the list?
Okay, here's the list. Let me know where you want to go, and I'll make it happen.
Man, I saw your pre-draft workout and I can't believe you weren't picked. But good for us, because here you are with a chance to earn a spot on our roster. But the competition gets a little steeper here. You're playing against the best ballers in the world. You'll be running with the 2s against the 1s. You've worked your whole life for an opportunity to play in this league. Now's your chance to make it happen. Hope you're ready.
Hey, I'm more than ready. This right here is my destiny, and I'm fixing to grab it and take it in my own hands. I got this, coach.
Where you headed?
Oh, the locker room. Shower up.
Good. I just hope none of that game you just showcased washes off.
What? Man, this stuff don't wash off. It's part of who I am. It's in my DNA, yo.
Easy. Your jersey ain't in the rafters yet.
Yeah, but
you lit it up out there. And everyone in this gym, including the GM and the head man, saw it.
all right, so what's that supposed to mean?
It means if there's any way to get you here, we're gonna do it. Now get out of here. We'll be in touch.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. Move, man. What are you doing?
We got our foot in the door. The Nuggets have offered you a 10-day deal.
Why not a year?
Because you're an undrafted, unproven commodity. But they saw enough to take a flyer on you. So you have exactly 10 days, 240 freaking hours to show that you belong. You perform, you got a shot at a guaranteed deal for the rest of the season. We both live to breathe another day. You don't, you got a shot at being last in a long line of might events. And I'm probably out on the street, too. Living in this rat hole.
Hold up. Rat hole? This is all I can afford, because you didn't get me drafted.
Let's call it a charming fixer-upper. Now pack your bags. We're going to the show.
Yeah, boy. I'm going to the league. I got my foot in the door, and I'm gonna kick this sucker down, man.
You better. I don't want to ruin any more suits sitting on these vermin-infested couches of yours.
Man, this is my house he talking about. Finally, I'm in the league.
You did well in the workout and in the scrimmage.
He's a baller. You give him a legit shot, and he's gonna make the most of it. I mean, when it comes down to crunch time, there's no one...
10 days, my man. We'll see if he can swim with the big fish. If he does, he might have a shot to be signed for the rest of the year. He might even find himself a spot in the rotation. If not, son, he's back on the streets. You ready?
I'm ready, willing, and able, sir. You'll see.
Good. Get out of here. You too.
I've been rapping for about 17 years, okay? I don't write my stuff anymore. I just kick it from my head, you know what I'm saying? I can do that. No disrespect, but that's how I am.
So you're the rookie that's gonna shock the world, huh?
Sure as heck gonna try.
Good. I'm glad you're here. Just remember, it's all out there for you. Work hard, listen, watch how we do, and you got a chance to be something special. Now let's see what you got.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here, man. I'm pumped. Let's do it.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, land of the free and the home of that brave.
It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Nuggets come into town for this one. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Taking a look at the Clippers. Guys, coming into this game, it's been 5 consecutive losses, so confidence obviously will be a key for them tonight.
You know, sometimes during the season, Kevin, as long as it is, teams just go through a blasé period, and that's basically what's happening here. We can't put our fingers on any one or two things. They're just not getting it done.
Yeah, and what it looks like to me, Clark, is they just don't appear to have any energy. It's just not a team that seems to be enjoying what they're doing out on the floor right now. So they've got to just put together a couple of nice games and get things rolling.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Denver, Chandler and Fareed are at the forward spots. Lawson out there at 4, and it's Nurkic in at the 5.
They ran that inbounds play perfectly there to get the quick hitter. Chris Paul is really a basketball junkie. When he's not playing the game, he watches all the games. He has a wall of TVs in his home so he can follow multiple games at once. That is fanaticism. And he actually could be preparing for a job in the studio someday.
Redick with the bucket.
Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
No good from Lawson. As you guys know, as passionate as Chris Paul is about basketball, I read an interview where he said he might walk early to spend time with his kids.
Yeah, I mean, it can be tough missing those moments, but I don't know. Paul strikes me as a lifer. It wouldn't surprise me one day to see him coaching once his playing days are gone.
It's been a slow start here for Denver. 6-point game. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Their offense really sputtered in that game. They went through stretches where points became very hard to come by.
And Steve, you know, their play wasn't terrible. It wasn't too bad, but this game still is about making shots, and the shot making wasn't there.
Here's Griffin. Ty Lawson making his last shot. Off target from the baseline. And he's checked in for Nurkic. The Nuggets trail by 5. Lawson kicks to Foy. He feeds it to Chandler. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Lawson drives in and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Chris Paul picks up that one.
Ty Lawson somewhat undersized at the point guard position at 5'11", but he makes up for it with his strength, and he really competes defensively. He is not easy to push around.
And he makes the first. Shots he can't get to.
Yeah, well, he's not the biggest guard. I mean, he's actually one of the smaller guards we have in the league, but he's powerful, he's explosive, and he does on occasion get outsized, and he just has to do the best he can in those situations.
Well, Steve, a big moment here. We get a glimpse coming off the bench of the first official NBA appearance from Manning. Well, Clark, here's a guy with quite the story. Didn't get picked on draft day. Couldn't find a team until this point in the season.
Well, Kevin, you know because of that he's going to be playing motivated. Often events like that will give a player an added edge, and I don't think there's anybody in the building more motivated than he is.
The Nuggets trail by 3. Hickson sets the screen for Chandler. Hamilton against Lawson. Here's A-Train. 5 on the clock. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Manning gets it to go, and that's not just any basket, folks. Those are his first points here in the NBA. A minute 42 left to play here in the first. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Who are the league's best setup artists? Let's check it out. Second, Chris Paul.
You know, the best passers always know where everybody is on the floor, especially their teammates. And they've got it down to an art form as to how to get their teammates the ball.
Redick with it. Now Chandler defending. Just 4 to shoot. Lets it go from 11. The shot by Redick, no good.
Boy, they were ready for him right there. I mean, totally collapsed the defense on him.
Well, you often think of the Clippers as being an updated version of Showtime. They know how to grind out and get a win, too.
Yeah, I thought they were a little better defensively. They have guys that will certainly give you highlight reel material. But they're smart in how they attack teams and how they finish games, too.
Back to Paul. Kicks to Hawes. And it's blocked by Manning. Paul against Lawson. Chandler outside. Lawson outside. Hickson in the posts. Covered by Redick. Here's Manning. Hawes with the block. Hamilton outside. 29 seconds left to play in the first quarter. In the corner, it's Griffin. Back to Paul. Redick for 3. Rebound by the Nuggets. Last time they met was in Denver.
And the early foul trouble they got themselves into the last meeting between these two clubs really kind of threw off their whole game, and they never could recover. That was a bad loss.
11 feet away, and he gets it to go. Manning making an immediate impact. Here's Paul. Lobs it up, and it's blocked by Manning. They get it back. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Nuggets ahead as they dominate the last minutes of the quarter on an 8-0 run. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
On Tap Wednesday, January 28th, Ty Lawson and the Denver Nuggets go up against Anthony Davis and the New Orleans Pelicans. You don't want to miss it.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
And how about the defense, guys? They have really controlled the lane with their shot blocking.
Yeah, excellent defense there. Every shot has either been altered or rejected.
Denver in the lead. Substitution here for the Clippers. Spencer Hawes is checked in for Davis. Griffin comes in for Hedo Turkoglu. Hamilton's checked in for Barnes. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Paul. Griffin at the 4 with Hawes at the 5. J.J. Redick is out there with Austin Rivers. And it's Hamilton in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Denver's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Quick hands and the ability to anticipate the opening to create a turnover, so valuable, especially for a guard, as we see two tremendous talents with their ability to steal that ball away.
Then, of course, you look at the numbers. John Stockton with 3,265 steals over his career. Really a crazy number, averaged over 2 a game, and even in his later years, he was a threat in that regard.
Blake Griffin, arguably the top posterizer in the game, but opponents don't like being embarrassed, and they'll take a hard foul on him if need be. Some have said that Griffin needs to retaliate for his own well-being. He's got to go back at some of those guys.
And Griffin has said he thought about retaliating for the hard fouls, but he said, Steve, you know, it might be best for me, but getting suspended would be very bad for my team. He had his head on straight, obviously.
Well, yeah, credit him for, trying to keep his cool and not get caught up in the moment. But understand that, there's always a two-way street. He oftentimes initiates the contact, and he's such a physical player that he's always going to get caught up and tangled up with other players.
He hits the second from the line.
It's interesting to look at the relationship between Blake Griffin and Chris Paul. Blake, the unquestioned top dog until CP3 arrived 3 seasons ago, and Paul, of course, such a vocal leader. I think it's taken them some time to find the balance in that dynamic.
Here's A-Train. And here's Rivers, averaging 6 points per contest. He kicks it to Griffin. Over to the wing. Here's Rivers, and that one goes long. And the
Okay, guys, let's focus and get down to business. Now, here's a few things I took away from the first half. Number 1, we've done...
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away.
Let's go. You're up.
My time.
Blue comes in for Blake Griffin. Barnes, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Austin Rivers in for Paul. So on the floor for Denver, Jameer Nelson is out there with Will Barton. Then there's Gallinari. And there's Hickson. And it's Arthur in at the power forward. And the pass to Barton from beyond the arc. The basket good off the assist from Nelson. Nelson's got 3 assists in the game. All checked in for Austin Rivers. A-Train, he's checked in for Denver. 34 seconds left to play here in the third. Nelson against Paul. Barnes, screen on Nelson. Hamilton left side. 5 to shoot. Here's Barnes. Can't hit the step back jump shot. Now Gallinari. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. From deep. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And a moment here to look back at our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, no question, this was going to be the winner. Just take a look at the expertise he shows on this pass. Perfectly timed and beautifully placed.
And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jordan Hamilton. And then for Denver, Laverne, he's checked in for Hickson. Arthur comes in for Fareed, and it's A-Train in for Gallinari.
Well, what we saw here tonight is one team just had everything going for it, and the other didn't. Huge margin of victory for Denver.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
They sure did, Kevin. Every time they left the man open deep, he'd get a good look at the basket. And they didn't hesitate, and the aggressiveness paid off.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And they'll be feeling that today's win makes things right after losing the first game of the year to this club.
And hard to say now how the final two games between them will play out, really. I mean, one thing's certain, though. They're going to be at each other's throats. We know that. This has become a very intense matchup.
You look at the stats, and you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Ty Lawson. And a big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving and finding guys when they would flash open.
CP3 at point with Reddick there the backcourt. Barnes and Griffin at the 3 and the 4. And it's Davis in at the pivot spot manning the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Nelson outside. So
Hey. You like someone stole your lunch money.
Might as well. I keep playing like this, man, I'm gonna be 10 days and gone.
Have a little perspective. You won the game, man. That's what matters here, okay?
I guess.
Straight up, you can't expect to adjust to the NBA game in one night. Just keep working. Study film, put time in the weight room, every day. And before you know it, you'll be playing instead of thinking out there, all right?
Yeah, tomorrow's another day. Just gotta get back at it, right?
You know it.
All right, man.
Hey, Rook, keep your head up.
Oh, whoa, Coach Rivers. Hey, I'm sorry, man. I ain't playing very well.
Everybody has down nights. Don't dwell on it. I've seen you play. You've got game. You'll bounce back. Just keep working hard.
I will, for sure. Thanks again.
Pelicans. The big man, standing 7'2", number 42, Alexis Ajinça. At guard 6'4" from Indiana, number 10, Eric Gordon. At guard 6'4" from UCLA, number 11, Drew Holiday. Starting at small forward, at 6'6", number 1, Tyreke Evans. And at forward, 6'10" from Kentucky, number 23, Anthony Davis. The head coach for your home team is Monty Williams.
We've got basketball action from New Orleans, Louisiana, home of the Pelicans, here on 2K Sports. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports for myself, Kevin Harlan, and my broadcast partners, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Welcome, everyone. Taking a look at Denver. The upcoming part of their schedule is going to tell us a lot about this team, guys. They're facing a tough set of games on the road.
Well, Kevin, if they win this game, it would give them a victory in each of the first 2 meetings this season against these guys. So, they play them 2 more times after that. So it would get them off to a really good start in the season series.
And Steve, I think they would love to have that kind of leg up and huge advantage if they could.
Jay Hickson, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Alinari comes in for Wilson Chandler.
This New Orleans team is now in their second season as the Pelicans. The name, which was subject to some critique early on, has actually turned out to be nice for the franchise with a new group of players, new ownership, and it fits nicely into creating a new identity.
Let's it go from 14. Nice shot by Foy. Foy's got 7.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Hey, Trent, he's checked in for Denver. Okay, with this break, let's run down the point guards, the most assists in the league in the past 10 games. Number 1, Drew Holiday.
You know, for the purists out there, he has really been fun to watch with the ball in his hands. He can make anything.
Passes. I know it's a bunch. Their offense isn't near what it is without him at the wheel.
Now the pass to Gordon. It's Evans, top of the key. Down low. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Lawson. Alinari passes to Fareed. Here's Manning. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. Well, it wasn't the dream debut that he had wanted for himself, Clark, in his first NBA game. But nobody has a perfect debut.
That's true. I remember my first game as an NBAer, and it was awful. He did look a bit overwhelmed at times, but the team was able to get the win, so that's something positive that he can take away from it all.
First one falls for him.
Well, Denver in the post-Melo years has been a collection of good players, but you always have to wonder if they'll have a low ceiling because this team does not have a so-called superstar.
Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Denver. Nelson comes in for Ty Lawson. No good on the second free throw. At that point, Denver has done well without what most would call a superstar, but obviously that takes its toll come playoff time.
It really does. I mean, you need somebody that you can really rely on as your go-to guy, the one who gets it done for you in the clutch, and they haven't quite established that player, and yet and they're still competitive.
Cole's shot is good.
He typically may not contribute a lot, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have the ability to.
Denver's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Nelson off the pick from Manning. Nelson dishes to Gallinari. Passes it to Manning. Nelson outside. 5 to shoot. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Nelson's got his first basket. Pelicans trailed by 3. Here's Cole, averaging 6 points per contest. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, trade rumors circulated around Eric Gordon last season. Makes you wonder if there was some buyer's remorse from the Pelicans after they matched the Suns' 4-year, almost $60 million offer sheet.
Dante Cunningham's checked in for Davis. Both free throws good from Eric Gordon. And for Eric Gordon, guys who had expressed some dissatisfaction with the situation in New Orleans, rumors, in fact, existed of a rift last season with him and Coach Monty Williams.
Well, that frequently happens on teams that are struggling like the Pelicans did last year. And, you know, sometimes the contract can make a trade more difficult, so he may be stuck in New Orleans. And in the end, you just have to get healthy and deliver and make the best of whatever situation you're in.
Here is Cunningham. Hickson covering. Cunningham kicks to Gordon. 5 to shoot. A three-pointer is right on target. Gordon's got 8.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
The Nuggets have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Nelson off the pick from Manning. Nelson, the pass to Hickson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Pretty bad defense, letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know it's going to happen, and they send a message right there.
Group substitution here for New Orleans. Withy's checked in for Ashe. Anthony Davis comes in for Anderson. Evans, he's checked in for Cunningham. And it's Holiday in for Gordon. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a win against the Clippers.
And one way to nullify a home court advantage like they did that night, Kevin, light it up from the three-point line. Nothing is more demoralizing to a home crowd.
Steve, you're exactly right. I mean, that was the great equalizer. Their perimeter play definitely took them over the top.
Evans and Davis are your small and power forwards. Norris Cole is out there with Holiday, and it's Withy in at the pivot spot manning the middle. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. And Holiday kicks to Cole. Pass to Evans. He dishes it to Cole. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Evans outside. To the inside. Here's Withy. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And we've got a moment to see some numbers for Tyreke Evans. He's getting around 12 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. And you really can't find much fault with him as far as his performances lately.
Yeah, he's been very, very dependable, steady, doing pretty much everything they've asked of him.
And he can't get the first one. And he ends up missing both free throws.
And are they ever working inside? Good job on the glass.
Excellent job on the glass, Steve. I agree. I mean, they're battling in there. They're fighting, they're scrapping, they're clawing, and they're getting the job done.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Omer Asik on a new team, but he's made an impression with his former squads. Jeremy Lin called him, quote, an incredible defender and a game changer. Kevin McHale said he's a big-time player in the middle. And remember, Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau raved about his intelligence, relentless drive, and willingness to play for the team. Not bad, Kevin.
One of the premier defensive centers in the league, Doris. Thanks. Lawson outside. Lawson gets the screen from Manning. And there's Chandler. That's good. On the assist by Lawson. Chandler's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nuggets. New Orleans has gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%. But they've continued to let them fly. Cole dishes to Holiday. Evans outside. Davis setting the pick for Evans. Shot off the pick. And it's Randy Foye with the rebound.
And he is still scoreless. It looks like he doesn't even want to be out there.
59 seconds left in the first half. Pass to Manning. Banked in off the glass. And now a 9-point Nugget lead.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
And he gets it to go.
Now, he's one of the best in the league when it comes to executing that lead pass.
The Nuggets shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. Can't hit from in close. Pelicans shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused. Evans outside. And it comes off the front of the rim.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Fareed, and Davis pulls it down. Holiday with it. He has 6. Kicks it to Wither. Evans right side. Holiday with the 3. An absolutely remarkable shot at the buzzer.
Was it ever? It doesn't get any better than that, fellas. The definition of much in the clutch.
He wasn't going to let anyone else take that shot. He wanted that ball.
And we're through 2 here and a good one. The Nuggets on top, leading by 4. And we'll be back right after this.
Okay, good job battling them out there. Let's talk about some crucial areas.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
Been a stellar outing in this one for Foye. He has 12.
Well, tonight, Ty, you were very effective setting up
Because it's the middle of the night, that don't mean I won't hunt you down. 'Cause something deep inside is pulling me and I want you now. You and I should be getting away. Ain't no sense in you roaming around. If I can't have you, nobody can. There's an animal speaking that'll hunt you down. So baby, my love is calling.
It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Nuggets come into town for this one. We're all set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, joined as always by Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. You look at Memphis. They return victorious from an undefeated road trip back to the loving embrace of their hometown faithful.
And Kevin, this is a chance for them to start off 2-0 against this team in the 3 matchups that they'll have this season. So I think that would give them a nice emotional edge over this club.
And how nice would it be to stick that in your backpack? I mean, after just 2 games, guys. I know they think that's what's going to happen.
Let's go. You're in.
Dang, about time.
First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Nelson, the pass to Foy. He kicks it to Chandler. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Adrian, he's checked in for Denver.
Well, we've got an opportunity here to take a look at some of the numbers for Marc Gasol. First in blocks, 11th in rebounding, and he's been quite an offensive threat, averaging enough points to put him in the top 20 in scoring.
And you pointed out that his blocks per game average, Steve, is the highest in the NBA. I mean, he's leading the league in that category. It's there in the low post where he's been most valuable to his team, in my opinion. Well, you know, for teams in the NBA nowadays, it's all about getting bang for your buck. I mean, Mike Conley out of Ohio State, one of the great value contracts in the league, and with all the analytics and general managers looking for value, Memphis happy to have an all-star caliber skilled player like him still locked up through 2016.
Looking at Memphis, they took the win in their last game against Dallas.
And one way to nullify a home court advantage, like they did that night, Kevin, light it up from the three-point line. Nothing is more demoralizing.
Steve, you're exactly right. I mean, that was the great equalizer. Their perimeter play definitely took them over the top. I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Outside, Green. Here's Randolph. Second chance shot. This all no good. The Nuggets have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Conley against Nelson. Nelson off the pick from Manning. Nelson dishes to Chandler. Good, and a nice assist from Nelson. Chandler's got 5 points so far.
You know, the defense didn't exactly try to fight around that screen, and that's why it turned into the easy basket.
Conley kicks to Gasol. From 10 feet out, good. He has 6.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
Nelson, the pass to Fareed. And Denver again with the bucket.
What a start to this game. The offense is both dominated.
Tell you what, feels like a game on the playground. Forget about defense, just keep firing.
Conley dishes to Allen. And it's Conley penetrating. And the wide open shot from Green. From outside, off the mark.
They've been getting out-muscled on the boards before coming up with that one.
Not playing tough enough. The physicality just hasn't been there yet.
Fareed the pass to Manning. Chandler outside. In low to Fareed. Clock at 6. Stolen by Randolph. Launches a 3. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
Man, it's really been a dominant effort on the glass. That's been the key here.
Yeah, they've established nice low post presence, which...
Comes in for John Lure. Green, he's checked in for Vince Carter. And Allen subbed in for Mike Conley. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Manning in a two-guard. Chandler and Fareed are at the forward spots. Hickson is out there with Nelson. Green kicks to Gasol. And a wide-open look for Lee. Nailed from three-point land. And the Grizzlies lead by 1.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Nelson with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. Nelson off the pick from Manning. Tries again, and Hickson puts it in. Hickson's got his third basket of the night.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
Here's Lee, averaging 8 points a game. Here's Randolph. Some solid defense from Fareed.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
Yes, guys, I've got Jameer Nelson. And Jameer, what's going to be the focus of the second half?
Keeping the ball in our hands and making decisions that gives us good shots. I think when we do that, we shoot a high percentage, as you can see. The games that in the half that we are bad is when we turn the ball over a lot.
Jameer, thank you. Guys, looking to cut down those turnovers.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
All right, listen closely, man. I've got a few things to touch on. We're going to turn this from a close game into our...
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. We're seeing a tremendous game from Mike Conley.
I like that he didn't force anything.
Some changes for Memphis. Kufis checked in for Randall. Carter comes in for Green, and it's Lee in for Allen. Big group substitution here for Denver. Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Kenneth Fareed. Alinari comes in for Wilson Chandler. Martin's checked in for Randy Foy. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Ty Lawson. Conley and Lee, they're the backcourt. Carter is out there with Costa Kufis. And it's Gasol at the 5 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Arthur dishes to Gallinari. 4 on the shot clock. Nelson, no one around him. Nelson with another miss. A-Train is checked in for Will Barton. While we had the chance, small forwards at the free throw line during the last month. Gallinari is second. In the 3rd spot, Jeff Green.
Man, knowing what I do about the guys on that list, I can tell you, they put in long hours in the gym to get those percentages where they are.
And that's what it takes, Steve. You know that better than anybody. I don't know if you're ever born a good free throw shooter. You can have some aptitude for being a good free throw shooter, but to be great, it's going to take a lot of hard work.
Here's A-Train. And it's Denver scoring again.
How about that? Gets it off right in the face of the big fella. Quick release.
And operating on the perimeter like that negates some of the height disadvantage, too.
Conley against Nelson. Conley, the pass to Gasol. In low to Lee. And it is flushed down with a nice jam. This game's going to take a big swing. Clark, if the D continues to clear out like that and give up easy dunks.
Yeah, that's the kind of defense we expect to see in a blowout, Kevin, or even an exhibition game, not a close game like this.
Look how frustrated Steve is over there.
Well, I just, you know what, Kevin? Come on, Kevin.
And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, today it comes from one of the men in the middle, Kevin. Let me tell you, anytime you get a big man who can pass like this, it really changes the way you can play offense.
Who is the best passing big man you played with?
Luke Longley.
Ah, the Australian.
Yes. Big redhead. Good passer down on the low block.
The #1 pick by the Minnesota Timberwolves. And Denver will start the 4th quarter with Manning. He's in at shooting guard. Hickson is out there with Gallinari. Then it's Jameer Nelson. And it's Nurkic in at the 5. Right wing. Gallinari against Green. Baseline try. Off the left rim and out. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Outside Conley. Lee sets a screen for Conley. Off the pick. And that one's good. Conley's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Grizzlies.
And he came off that screen. The defense just couldn't get over the top. Beautiful play.
Yep, and without a hand in his face, he's going to bury those.
Nelson off the pick from Manning. And that one comes up a bit short.
You know, that's a problem he has. I mean, not being able to knock down that open jumper. I think it happens far too often.
Clark and Steve, neither team with a big advantage here in the fourth quarter.
5 times we've had the lead switch so far. I mean, back and forth we go.
Yeah, and I think that total could rise, Clark, because two evenly matched teams are playing a tough game.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
And a wide open look for Lee. And it's Memphis with another.
And it feels like the energy has just picked up big time here. Both teams now feeding off each other's intensity.
I don't know what was said in the locker rooms at halftime, Steve, but it's obvious both sides have responded well.
Here's A-Train. Back to Nelson. Pass to Gallinari. It's stolen by Green. 3-on-3. Lee against Gallinari. The drive by Lee. It's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Allen's checked in. So a close game sees Memphis take this one. Clark, it was anybody's game.
Well, Mark, this team seems to have...
Haha. Looks like somebody stole your puppy.
Yeah, man, shoot, we had that in our back pocket and let it get away.
You want to hear a secret, though?
Yeah, sure.
Key to lasting in this league is never getting too high when you win and never getting too low when you lose.
So the loss don't mean anything?
Of course it means something. It means I need to learn from it and move on. Every loss is like an anchor on a rope. You let it go or it's going to drown you. Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Reach out, touch space. Coach of your home team. Once again, your Denver Nuggets.
Live from Denver, it's the home of the Nuggets. We're broadcasting from the Pepsi Center. And a one-game homestand for Denver as the Nuggets will try to recharge their batteries on their home court. Try as they might. Hickson, he's checked in for Nurkic. The Hornets also changing it up. Henderson comes in for Kid Gilchrist. And Brian Roberts subbed in for Mo Williams. Setting the floor for the Hornets. Inside, Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo. Henderson and Stevenson on the perimeter. And it's Roberts in at the point. 6 to shoot. Lawson kicks to Foy. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. A-Train, he's checked in.
Nuggets dancers.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what the Nuggets head coach was saying to his team. The first thing he said to his players was that the transition game will be the single most important factor today. He wants them to push the tempo at every opportunity. He also asked for a very strong effort on the offensive glass. He wants to see them cashing in on a lot of second chance opportunities. Kevin, we'll see how that strategy pans out as this game develops.
Thank you, Doris. Finds the open look, and it's on target.
Looked like the defense kind of backed off him, and he took advantage.
So for the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to the Grizzlies.
That was a tough game for them to lose, guys, because they really played well throughout the game.
I agree there, but despite the result, I think they can definitely take some positives away from it. You got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
A different look for Denver. Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Kenneth Faried. Alinari comes in for Wilson Chandler. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Ty Lawson. The Hornets also changing it up. Lonley's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. And it's Williams in for Cody Zeller. Here's A-Train. Right now averaging 5 points a game. Fades away and sinks the tough shot. A-Train's got his second bucket. The Hornets have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Well, the Bobcats then, now Hornets, might have been a little bit late to the analytics movement, but that's going on in the NBA all over the place. And they're full-time on it now.
Yeah, they're all over it. Last season, they had a half dozen of their staff devoted to analytics.
And Roberts kicks to Anderson. Pocket 2, and the 3 off target. And he gets it to go. Williams has got his first points of the game.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
Now Nelson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's A-Train. Henderson defending. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. There's Gallinari with the 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
They came out flat that night and could never really get it going. Not their best effort for sure, Clark.
No, I agree with you. And I thought maybe they could find somebody to come off the bench and give them a spark, but it didn't happen.
Gallinari with the steal. Here's A-Train. Right now averaging 5 points a game. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. It's going to be Lance Stevenson.
And the defense fouling there to prevent that layup, forcing 2 free throws here.
Nice job that time of attacking the paint and drawing the contact. They'll take that.
Both free throws good from Manning. And it's the Hornets with the ball. They trail by 1. Last time they met was in Charlotte.
Yeah, they really had their number in that game. Big margin of victory for them. They got there by really including their bench.
Tune in next Tuesday night, February 3rd. Ty Lawson and the Denver Nuggets hit the road to do battle with the Philadelphia 76ers. It's the real deal.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you, numbers one?
Pretty good start defensively. This club forced some mistakes and took advantage, and that's how they built this lead.
And they've built the lead because not only have they forced turnovers, but they've taken care of the ball.
Arthur comes in for Fareed. A-Train, he's checked in for Will Barton. And Nelson is subbed in for Ty Lawson. The Hornets also changing it up. Williams, he's checked in for Biyombo. And Stevenson comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And Brian Roberts subbed in for Gerald Henderson. Manning in at shooting guard. Hickson is out there with Arthur. Then it's Jameer Nelson. And it's Gallinari in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Stolen by Stevenson. Here's Williams. That falls. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. Williams has got 5 now.
And he's starting to pick things up here after a tough first quarter.
Lance Stevenson, the all-time leading scorer in the history of high school basketball in New York State. And that's something when you consider, Clark, the great players who came before him.
Yeah, to be at the top of that list says a lot about his high school career. He actually led Lincoln High School to an unprecedented 4 straight city basketball championships. There's a reason his nickname is Born Ready.
Another shot. The shot is off. They play the clock right, Steve. They can go 2 for 1.
Yeah, just have to time it right. Make sure you work the clock correctly and get 2 possessions out of this.
Here's A-Train. He's guarded by Williams. No good from Manning.
And for Stevenson, despite the high school accolades, questions about eligibility and off-the-court issues caused many colleges not to recruit him. And after 1 season at Cincinnati, he slid to the second round of the draft, but he's really become quite a player. Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
Here's A-Train. 6 points for him. Passes it to Arthur. With 2 seconds left, sinks it, and the shot from Manning. A-Train's got the lead up to 3 now for the Nuggets.
Gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Nuggets lead by 3. From the Pepsi Center in downtown Denver, we're back in a moment.
Hey guys, some keys to talk about from what I've seen so far. This is a tight ball game, but remember.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
Looking at the game for A-Train, he has 8 points and a steal.
Substitution. Swap here on the floor. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Vonleh's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Williams comes in for Cody Zeller. Kidd-Gilchrist, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And Brian Roberts subbed in for Williams. And Charlotte looking who they've got. Henderson and MKG will fill out the wings. Williams is out there with Vonleh. And it's Roberts in at the point. Good on the shot, and with that, the Charlotte lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Arthur.
Timeout call.
A-Train, he's checked in for Jarrell Arthur. From long range or short, the small forwards on this list have been on target for the past 10 games, leading their position in field goal percentage. Second is Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
And that tells you about those players' ability to slash through the defense and get to the hoop effectively, because you have to be getting a lot of layups to have that kind of shooting percentage.
But you also have to have an excellent outside shot, and all of them do it. Small forward, you have to be reliable from the perimeter as well.
You know, something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound totals are almost identical.
No separation there, not yet anyway.
Here's Manning. Good. Clarice. Now just a 3-point Charlotte lead.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball, just having their way down low.
Henderson, no one around him. Misses off the right iron. And here we go with Jameer Nelson. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Gallinari. No good. Excellent D there from Williams. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Henderson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Obvious foul. Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
The Hornets haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5. Good on both.
He's a dead eye at the line, fellas. Just call him automatic. He doesn't miss many of those.
Here's Barton. Cannot hit. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Well, it had to be this play, don't you think, Kevin?
Sure.
This is just a phenomenal pass. Made the defense look like they had no idea what was going on.
What precision with that pass. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. So out there for the Nuggets right now, Manning in a 2-guard. Hickson is out there with Gallinari. Then it's Jameer Nelson, and it's Nurkic in at the center position.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, sometimes it's contagious. Everybody starts to get comfortable and relaxed, and everything goes in the hoop.
And the Nuggets... 12 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. And Roberts kicks to Henderson. Buries it from outside. 5 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Well, you do what you have to do to extend this game and try to get the ball back.
In this situation, clock management crucial.
And the Hornets making a change here. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will vary.
Three from Stevenson. So it's the Nuggets taking the W in a close one. It was tight, but they managed to come up with the win.
You know, nobody wants...